is day 54 of my daily video vlogs. It is March the 12th, 2015, and it is 11:12 p.m. I just got home just a little bit ago, and I want to talk to you about something that I'm very interested in. Before I do that, I wanted to let you know that I can and I will focus on my desire to live the life that I've imagined. I can and I will stay close to this desire by reminding myself of it every day. No one can stop me but me, and nothing can stop me until tomorrow. I only have to remember this for just one day. Well, I've got a couple things I want to show you. Here's the two things right here beside my head that I want to show you. Two different technologies that you will start hearing of very, very soon. I've been looking into both of these technologies. I'm going to talk about both of them. One is called the Oculus Rift. Now here is a link to a video right here. The Oculus Rift, I have been seeing different game players use for gameplay. Very immersive. And what it does is it's goggles that you put on, and it basically covers all of your viewing area. And wherever you go, it all has, like with your iPod, when you move it, it can tell how you're moving it. That's how it kind of works. And so if you're playing a game where you're running and you move your head to the left, it will move your screenshot to the left. If you look down, it'll look down. So it's what virtual reality has been wanting for years and years and years. It looks absolutely amazing to watch. When some of the game people that play these, they will actually do screenshots, and it looks... I've seen game players up on top of mountains, and they kind of stumble because they think they're going to fall. They even have game orbs that you can, it's like a big ball, and so while you walk, it moves, and it feels like you're walking and moving. So I'm going to leave a link to one of the webs. I'll leave a link in the description of their website, and I'll also, here's a link to a video you can click on. So you can go and watch that. The other thing, and I'm turning the page on my computer, is called the Microsoft Hololens. Now Microsoft 10 is coming soon, and this is going to work with that. I've never seen anything like it. Usually, and I'm not a big Microsoft fan, just because of problems with the operating system. You know, the whole Windows 8 and the user experience that Microsoft can't get correctly, and they're skipping 9, and they basically said because they want to distance themselves from 8. And they're going straight to 10, and what they're doing with Microsoft 10 is across the board, all devices will look the same. One of the things they said before, between their phones and even the Xbox and different devices, they look different, and they didn't care, I guess. But now they're going to combine all of them to look basically the same. And what they've incorporated, everything looks great. In fact, I have been thinking about downloading the beta. You can go on the Microsoft website and download a beta they say it's glitchy. But it should be out sometime in September, and they're doing something that they've never done before. For the first 1 year, I've been told that if you have Windows 7 or 8.1, you can download Windows 10 for free. They're incorporating a lot of things that people said they want out of an operating system, and different things that they want to incorporate as options. They even have voice commands. They have like Apple has Siri on the handheld device. They're going to have their own voice command, so you can do that. But the thing that I'm excited about is this Microsoft HoloLens. Now here's a video straight from their website, so you can look at it. To me, it looks, if I had to choose, I really wanted the Oculus Rift to play games. And I used to play a lot of games. I used to play things like Quake or Duke Nukem and Command and Conquer. And I never was really into World of Warcraft. My kids play Minecraft. And when you watch this video, you will see that it basically projects holograms everywhere. Some of the applications that I think are fabulous, it does have, Microsoft now owns Minecraft, and they show people playing Minecraft on the wall in 3 dimensions. They also show where you can communicate with people through it. You can project TVs on the wall and watch Netflix. You can use it to do drafting. You can also use it, there's videos that show a person using the 3D software. They build things and you can print those out with 3D printers. Very exciting. One of the exciting things also about jobs, they have where they have one video, which it shows it in this video a little bit, but I've seen videos where they have a demonstration of a person who doesn't know how to do plumbing, and they have on the other side a person that is hired to show them how to do plumbing, and they see through the person's goggles, these lenses, what the customer is looking at, and then they will circle on the tablet where the person is to point to and tighten and circle, do things. So it seems, if you had asked me a year ago if I wanted one thing, it would be the Oculus Rift. Right now on their website, the only way you can get it is by buying a developer kit. Now they have other products such as the Gear VR, which is by Samsung, but to get the Oculus Rift you have to get the development kit, and it's $399. Now I have seen online on eBay people selling it from anywhere from $299 to $599. I'm not sure what the difference in what they're selling, but I'm sure if you want it you can buy it. The developer kit too is basically $399, and you can get it, and I guess you have to be a developer, but I'm not sure how they would know if you're just using it to play games. And I don't have any cost at this point on the Microsoft HoloLens, but if I had to spend the same amount of money, I think I would buy the HoloLens at this point. I had heard early on that somebody described it, Google had the Google Glass, and they've kind of went away from that. They've backed off of that, and they've actually stopped production and sales. And they said it made the Google Glass look like what a Major League Baseball game to a Little League. Now, the Little League was exciting, but nothing like the Major League. And I'll be the first one to tell you, usually it's Apple who, and Apple, when I say they're inventive, a lot of things that Apple have made, it's not something they have created. Yeah, they came up, Steve Wozniak came up with the first basic PC. But usually what would happen is Steve Jobs would see things that other people have. Like with the iPhones and the iPods with the touch, and he didn't come up with that technology. He just worked with other people's technology, put it together, and created something great. With Apple, they do that a lot. I mean, they didn't come up with the magnetic power adapters. That was a different person that they bought the technology rights to. They didn't come up with the touch, and they didn't come up with the Siri. That was all other companies, but they were able to merge it and use the technology to make it better than what the company who actually created it. So Microsoft, on the other hand, I've always looked at as, Apple would create something great from something else that somebody else came up with, and Microsoft would try to copy it, especially with their operating systems. They tried to come out with the Zune, and because they came, and that was an MP3 player, it was awful. The Zune 2 was great, but because the Zune 1 was terrible, the Zune 2 never really had a chance. And Microsoft Phone and all that stuff, they just came late to market all the time. And I would say that Microsoft is late to this market in the sense Google was first. But Microsoft, it really looks like Microsoft has taken a product and done what Apple normally does, which is take something and make it awesome. And I can truly say that it has been at least 15 years, and I've worked in the computer industry for a long time, and I can say at least 15 years since I've been excited of anything that Microsoft has come out with. I think Microsoft products are typically inferior. I think that they are usually not ready for market, and they have a bunch of holes that they hope to fix. The Microsoft 10, I heard that it was supposed to be out last year, so I'm hoping they get it right, because it seemed like, they have, I go back to Windows 3.0, is the earliest one I can remember. I've seen two. I've seen one, but I used 3.0 and I used 3.1, Windows 3.1. I remember Windows 95, how awesome that was, and 98 was a big improvement. I remember how terrible Windows Millennium Edition was, and most people do not remember Microsoft Bob. You can look that one up, Microsoft Bob. That's how bad it was. Nobody remembers Microsoft Bob. It was worse than ME. They had Windows 2000, which was great. Windows XP, awesome. Windows Vista, it's fine now. You know, I sell computers with Windows Vista, and it has 2 service packs. But when it first came out, it was terrible. Windows 7, pretty good. Really, really good from the beginning to end. Windows 8, I haven't had a problem with. People have had a problem with the way that it looks and feels. That's why we've created people have created things like Classic Shell that have put in things that people want. So Windows 8 I have had no problems with. In fact, I think it's a really good operating system, except for they've done away with what people wanted in the operating system. So in Windows 10, it's supposed to be really great. And I'm hoping that it is. I'm rooting for Microsoft. I really am, to see them make a comeback, or just stop. That's what I say. If you can't make an operating system that works right and isn't prone to viruses, stop. It hurts my feelings to try to explain to people every day that what you have is no good. They're doing away with Internet Explorer. That's right. I just read the news today. Internet Explorer will be gone off of Microsoft operating system. They've got a new browser called Spartan. I don't know if it's going to be as bad as Internet Explorer. I hope not. I tell every customer that walks in my door, do not use Internet Explorer. It's full of flaws and security holes that you just don't use it. Use Google Chrome or Firefox. And, you know, Microsoft is the leader in the market of operating systems, and the only reason Apple has put any foothold at all. You know, their products are really good. I wouldn't say that, you know, the cost on an Apple, let's say a laptop, started about $900 to $1,200, and you can get really good laptops, let's say a Dell laptop or a Toshiba, let's say a higher end one for $6 or $7. So I wouldn't say that the Apples are twice as good in quality, because they have the same type of processors. But I will tell you that they don't break down that often. Now, I don't get that many Apple computers in that are broken down. I have had one Apple computer in 18 years since I've been in business that has had a real virus, and that was this year. So I have, in my household, I have, not counting iPads and iPods, but like real computers, the laptops, we have 3 MacBook Pros in our family, and we have other iPods and iPads and stuff like that, but not count those. Those usually have a harder time getting a virus anyway. But we've never had problems with our iPads. We've never had a problem with our MacBook Pros. Never ever have a problem. And if Microsoft can learn that lesson, that is the only reason that Apple has any foothold in the market, is because their products are way expensive, and it's because the quality is there. And I think Apple has said, I'm going to give the best product I can, and I'm going to put the price up. What's the highest price I can get for this quality product? I mean, I don't know who all these people are who buy the iPhone 6 without a contract and spend $800. I certainly can't afford that. I still have a 4S because, you know, if I want another phone, I need more space than 8 gigabytes or 16 gigabytes because I want to put pictures and music and stuff on there. But it's the best phone that I've seen that I like, and I've tested Androids, and I just like the iPhone. So I'll have to save up my money, and I don't want the 5C because it looks plastic, and it's 8 gigabytes. That's the most you can get is 8 gigabytes. It's the one that's free with contracts. I don't want a 6. It's too big. But I would like I don't like the 6 large. I like the 6. but the cost, I just can't. I can't. What do you call it? Justify. I can't justify the amount of money that it costs. I would like to have a newer phone. I like the newer features. My battery doesn't work all that well. It's all scratched up and dinged up. The phone. Like when I got my iPad, I wanted a iPad 4 with 64 gigs of space, and I looked at them and I said, I don't want a 1 or a 2 because they're too slow, and I don't want 16 gigs of space, so I'm not going to buy one. I'm not going to get something that I'm going to, I'm not going to pay $300 for something that later I'm going to wish that I had gotten something better. So I was set to not buy one, even though I had wanted one. And somebody came into my store and had bought one, a iPad 4 with a 64 gig, and had a case and everything, bought it and didn't bring it back to Walmart. They hated it. And it was past the 30 days, and they bought a Samsung Tab or something like that and loved it. And they wanted to sell it for $250. And I said, yeah. I was willing to put $300 into one. And so I said, yeah, I'll buy it. And she had the receipt from Walmart and everything. It's just she couldn't bring it back because it was after the 30 days. And so, sometimes things come our way. I'm hoping and praying that an iPhone 6 walks through my door and it's got a clean chip it's not like people owe money on it, and, it's a brick, because if you still have a contract with it, they brick the thing and you can't use it. So, just hoping. Anyway, so go and if you didn't click on those links already, here's the 2 links right here, and plus they're in the description. Go and look at these 2 products. I really like technology, but I don't have a lot of money for it. So, tell me what you think about these 2 things. Leave a comment. I don't usually get a lot of comments, but I would like to know what you think about it. If you've seen it, if you think that you might be wanting to buy it, or just what you think about it over in general. Anyway, YouTube, it was nice talking to you about some technology. And, in the comments, let me know what you'd like me to talk about next. If there's something specific that you'd like to know about in technology or in children's ministry or anything of that nature. I know this has been a longer video than I have had in the last couple weeks, but I just was excited about these things, and I'll see you tomorrow, YouTube.